Hello everybody, Pain Stream. Let's get to it. Be in peace, in pleasure and pain, in gain and in loss, in victory or in the loss of a battle. In this peace there is no sin. Be in peace, in pleasure and pain. That's from the Bhagavad Gita. So, good luck with that. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's something to strive to. It's something that I am currently working on. Be in peace, in pleasure and in pain, in gain and in loss, in victory or in the loss of a battle. In this peace there is no sin. Yeah, try to stay in that positive energy. Part of me feels like I'm looking for that pain. I'm not. But I am currently taking a risk. And that risk could bring pain, right? Could bring pleasure. It'll probably bring both. But being okay with that either way, I think, is part of it. I think we do that. We do that oftentimes unconsciously. We're looking for that pleasure, and in that we find pain, and then we go, "Oh, I didn't want that." Well, you kind of did. You just weren't aware that that's what you were signing up for. But I'm fully aware that that's what I'm signing up for. And that makes it scarier to seek the pleasure. But you gotta do it anyway. Courage is moving forward when the outcome is uncertain. And the outcome is always uncertain. How poor those who work for reward. Same theme, also Bhagavad Gita. How poor those who work for reward. Yeah. I've always done that. But I can see why that's not necessarily fulfilling. When a man surrenders all desires that come to the heart, and by the grace of God finds the joy of God, then his soul has indeed found peace. Bhagavad Gita. When a man surrenders all desires that come to the heart, and by the grace of God finds the joy of God, then his soul has indeed found peace. Man surrenders all desires that come to the heart. I guess that means when you are giving up wanting. And that all kind of plays, all of this. I keep talking about Abraham Hicks, but it all plays into Abraham Hicks. All of this. Desire, if you look at desire as a wanting of something that's not there, a wanting of a feeling of lack. Surrendering that and opening up space for what will come, bring you peace. When thy mind that may be wavering in the contradictions of many scriptures shall rest unshaken in divine contemplation, then to goal of yoga is thine. The Bhagavad Gita. When thy mind that may be wavering in the contradictions of many scriptures. So when your mind, which may be topsy-turvy with different philosophies, shall rest in the unshaken divine contemplation, so maybe meditation, then to goal of yoga is thine. I'm not sure what the technical definition of yoga is, but I know the practice of yoga is a moving meditation. Then to goal of yoga is thine. So I guess if you just quiet yourself, meditate and leave yourself open to the messages that come in, then ultimate enlightenment could be yours. I'm not a Indian literature scholar, so do with that what you will. For the man who forsakes all desires and abandons all pride of possession and of self reaches the goal of peace supreme. The Bhagavad Gita. So basically, and Eckhart Tolle talks about this too, of giving up the desires, abandon the ego, pride of possession, and of self. So it's that stripping of the ego and expectation and want, and just be. That you'll reach the goal of peace supreme. Who doesn't want that? I want that. That could mean death too, though, so don't hope too hard. The ways to confront an obstacle. 3 ways to confront an obstacle in your life. You can love it, you can leave it, or you can lead it. So you have an obstacle, there's an obstacle, see it, go, what do I do? You can love it, which is accept it. I accept this obstacle. Just like I was talking about embracing the pain that goes along with love. If you risk love and you receive pain, swim in it. Embrace it, bask in it. It's an emotion. You're not going to break. You're not going to, it's going to feel better eventually. Just feel it. It's an emotion. It's an experience. Feel it, observe it, see what you can learn from it. Leave it so you can ignore it and run, which means you'll never get over it. You'll never learn from it. Or you can lead it, which would be a productive confrontation of it. You can lead it. You can lead the obstacle. Not sure what that would be. Lead it. Maybe tame it. Maybe overpower it. I don't know. But if you know, let me know. The more help you need, the more you need to take control of the situation to find the solution. We often think we need help from others, but others cannot help us if we don't tell them how. We know how they can help us because we are leading the way to the solution. That's true, and that's hard, right? That could leave us feeling very lonely. When we're in a hard place, we want others to help us, but they don't know how to help us. So we have to tell them. And sometimes we're in such a bad place, we can't tell them. We expect them to know. And that's not fair. That's not fair to people you love. They don't know. They want to help you. But you have to process and also find a path and then ask for assistance. Sometimes that assistance is just sit with me. Sometimes listen to me. Sometimes leave me alone. That's okay too. And finally, if you think who you are is on your business card, you're in for a lot of suffering. If you think who you are is on your business card, you're in for a lot of suffering. That's Russell Tang. Now, isn't that like everybody? Especially the male of the species? You can't blame them. It's hard, especially men. The first question they're asked, what do you do? Oh, my husband. Oh, what does he do? Right? What you do. It's who you are. It's your identity. but it's not. It's a thing you do. If someone asks you, who are you? Don't tell me what you do. What do you say? It's a hard thing to say. It's a hard answer. If you don't know, I would encourage you to try to find out. Because if you don't have, you're not, look, I can't tell you what you're put on earth to do, but I'm pretty sure it's not to do a job. Although that can seem like that's what we do. But that's not the real purpose, I don't think. But it's up to you to decide what your purpose is. But if it pertains to a job or a career, then, you know, that can be taken away from you. And that will be taken away from you. Most people don't work forever. And that's, you know, to be honest, that's good. Because maybe that'll force you to figure out who you are without that business card. And that might seem like a tragedy if that were happening currently, like me. But it's not. It's beautiful. And it's a gift. And you will be better for it. If you can define yourself without an occupation or title, then you're pretty close to being a whole person. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I have an interview tomorrow. Gonna go drive to Long Island. Wish me luck. Peace out.